Alright, this video is, I just wanted to talk about the Tesla company who built cars, or they tried to build cars anyway, and now they're building semi-trailer. And I mean, the internet has got lots of video of heavy mechanic or their worry about their job and stuff like this, and I'm just going to explain they have no risk about their job for the next whatever times. They can go to sleep at night and not worry about their family, not having a job to support their family and stuff like this. Because I'm going to explain the company who designed a truck, right? They go through process of testing, and to make sure the truck is capable of going through not just taking off and 0 to 60 and less than 5 seconds, but to pull a load properly through all kinds of condition: mud, water, sand, dust, anything is thrown at them. Because the company who makes trucks, literally, they don't really design the trucks. I mean, they design a chassis, but then when it comes down to building a truck, the truck driver is the one who build the truck, because they're the one that are using this piece of equipment. Like every equipment operator, equipment operator is probably one of the most advanced engineer in this planet, because he actually used the equipment. The engineer out there, I'm not trying to take anything away from the engineer. The engineer, they're very good, because when someone come up with a concept, the engineer can take the concept and make sure every material is used, have the proper strength, and there's the proper material to use it, and then they can make it look good with geometry, because that's what an engineer is, right? They're good. Okay, if I want to make a frame, the stress of the frame and all that, so we're going to use the proper material to make that frame, and on and on and on. Each bolt, whatever, pins, and motor, transmission, it's all going through the engineer, and then they take that and then they break it down and say, oh, this is not strong enough, we'll have to use a different material. That's what the engineer, you cannot do anything without engineer. I mean, they go to school to learn. I mean, the old engineer, they used to be the one who actually designed stuff, but we don't have that today anymore in the engineer world. It's just engineering, period, right? It's the old engineer did all the work literally for the young engineer. The young engineer just go and fetch information, and the old engineer to do their job, because it's already, you cannot reinvent the wheel, right? You can only make maybe gooder, better looking, or smoother and all that stuff, but a wheel is a wheel. It's 360 degrees. So, but when Tesla is lacking is people. They have lots of people working for Tesla, right? Especially when they're getting $10 million a month of free money from the taxpayers' money, so they can keep their little business afloat, because they don't make enough money to sell car, by selling car, and to have this, I would say $1 trillion worth of industry who doesn't make any money. So the taxpayer have to pay for that. So one thing they have they have engineer today, or they go to work on a skateboard, a mountain bike, little electric scooters, right? And those guys says we can design a truck better than anybody else, but they've never been behind the wheel of a truck. They don't know what it is, to have a load passing you by and taking the cab of the truck, right? When the sun is stopped, that truck suddenly stopped, the whole load doesn't stay on the thing. I don't care what you have there, the load doesn't stay on it. Gravity will take over, and it will push that through that cab. And there's thousands of truckers, right? And an experienced trucker in the mountain, or they can't talk anymore because they're dead. because they didn't have the experience of the old trucker. The old trucker know, what is torque on the wheels, what is torque, how the clutch work in your truck, what's the gear ratio in your transmission, what speed your diff should be, because they have split gear on a diff, right? And how much dirt can I go? If I go in the dirt after I'm finished with it, what I have to do to my rig so I can keep using my rig with not falling apart, right? So I mean, those little pencil neck they have in Tesla's company, they can design skateboard all day long, because a skateboard is just a skateboard. It's a flat piece of wood with 4 wheels on. Doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that one out, So I mean, everybody's getting excited about the Tesla truck. But the Tesla truck, again, I say that about the car. And I retain what I said about the car. The car is a battery operated dildo, fancy one, with lots of bell and whistle, which I almost got T-boned the other day on the city by a Tesla car, because the guy was busy playing on his large screen, computer screen, and he almost blew through a goddamn stop sign. And I saw it coming, and I said, well, buddy, you want to buy me a new truck? I plow into me. I mean, your Tesla car, I got steel in my truck, I'll survive. So, but he managed to stop, a foot away from me. And his eyeball was like this big. Like it was my fault. I had no stop. He had a stop sign, right? So his bloody smart car didn't realize that. They can't read the stop sign. So now we have a bigger dildo. I would call him the big wheel dildo, right? Because he's got a good range, 500 miles. But how long it takes to charge those battery back? I mean, the car takes all night. If the battery is dead, totally dead, it takes a long time to charge the car battery. I mean, you got 1,100 pounds of lithium battery on that frame. So, so I'm in the truck. That's one downfall, is the charging of the batteries. That's the first downfall. The second downfall is where the driver is. He's sitting in the middle of a cab. Sitting in the middle of a cab. A trucker is supposed to see their wheels constantly. What about if the mirror get broken? You can't drive that truck anymore, unless you have camera. What about if the camera is full of slush? You can't see it. You're going to stop every 1,000 feet to clean up the camera, right? The driver have to be able to see his wheels on the side when he's driving. He's got to be able to see all those wheels in this trailer. Not only you have your mirror, you knock a mirror off, that's it. That truck is, you can't drive this truck. Another little problem, right? That's how stupid fucking those guys are. So now you have, you got a truck will take off, does 60 miles an hour and faster than a Viper almost. So, great. And I'm pretty sure they have something to low down the torque and stuff like this, right? Because, I mean, you can't hold anything taking up that fast and stopping it that fast. I mean, I know what it is. You have no brake pad on that thing because you have magnetic brakes. And they stop, believe me. I know about magnetic brake. They stop. They stop way too fast sometimes. So they probably have, what's called that, or a reverse load, and can adjust the braking and all that stuff. But one thing, if they have a sealed compartment for their motor and the wheels, right? It should be sealed, but there's a problem with seal. Since they're pushing out literally thousands of amp into those wheel motor, I like to see how they do when they go up, I mean the highway going through the mountain when you go from Oregon over the mountain to California. How hot those motors they're going to run, because they have the same system. See, they didn't invent shit because they cannot invent shit. First thing, they're using a starter motor for their car, right? Now they're using an alternative, a brushless alternative motor into it. They can't invent their own fucking shit, first thing, right? So now they're using and just a giant drum motor, just like the scooters, the electric scooter. You buy those electric scooters, right? They look like gas scooters, but they're electric. I work on those things. Actually, I helped a guy developing his business before he died. And I used to be able to crank up, the speed of a scooter like this. You just double the batteries. If it's a 48, right? Well, then you get a 96 volt. You just double the battery series, bring it up to 96 volt, or just add a 102 battery, and you'll see the powers, and you last way longer. Your kilometer increase per charge and all that stuff. But this is a fine and dandy and a flat, right? We're not touching the battery in the scooters. Most people cannot take a big hill for a long period of time. If you have 2 passengers on it, you burn the motor. You fry the motor, because the motor, of course, if you slow down the wheels, you put some resistance on the wheels, the amps start climbing up, and you fry your winding of your armature. It's just a simple fact. Everybody knows about that. Anybody who knows about a starter motor or any other power motor, if you put too much load on it, guess what? It burns, right? So they didn't think about that. We have hills here in Canada and North America, you're climbing thousands of feet. Thousands of feet for miles and miles and miles. Well, believe me, unless you have an anti-gravity system on your fucking truck, those motors, they're going to get hot and they're going to burn, because if it is sealed, they cannot cool off themselves. And I don't care if you cool it off with water cooling inside, they ain't going to do it. They're going to fucking boil that water, or whatever cooling you have, they're going to boil that. Now, if you don't have that thing sealed, then, truckers take the trucks all over the place, in the mud, in the bush, truck is a piece of equipment. And if you have to take a load, you got to take a load where it's supposed to be. Look at the Alaska highway, the ice rigs, and all that stuff. That Tesla guy ain't going to do it. It's not going to make it there, because the guy they didn't ask the right people, how should we build a truck? I don't have to ask me. I'm not a trucker. I know how to drive a truck. I did it, a few times for my friend, when they were tired and stuff like this, I jumped behind the wheel and just drive the damn thing, right? But, at least I know when you come down to going up a hill or going down a hill, I know what torque is all about and how to use it without, and they say, oh, this truck can never jackknife. I'm sorry, but your fucking truck is going to jackknife when you're coming down with 80,000 pounds, and suddenly you hit some fucking black ice. I don't care what fucking you got. Ice is ice. You're going to fucking jackknife. That son of a bitch is going to fucking fall like a goddamn knife. It's going to fall and just like this, and your plastic truck will, and especially your battery, which is right behind the cab, that big mountain of battery behind your cab, and that's lithium battery, by the way. And if you people don't know what lithium battery is, I suggest you learn, right? Take a battery, take a knife, open up, so the lithium gel is open, and then throw that in a puddle of water, see what happens. You'll see what happened. Believe me, you'll see. I don't have to tell you. You'll find out exactly what lithium is all about. It's not pleasant. So, even if you just drive the truck on a flat surface, if the motor is not sealed, it will pick up the magnet, okay? The magnet. Very strong fucking magnet in those drums, right? They will pick up. You have to understand, the road is not new here. It's trillions and trillions and trillions of vehicles drove, and trucks drove over those highways. It's dust, iron dust, from the wear and tear of everything. From all the car, wear and tear of the car, everything. The dust is on the road. And when you drive, the dust comes out. It's very simple. It's disturbing, the air. And guess what? You get very strong magnet, it gets in there. And when it gets in there, guess what happens? You will make a cushion of hair, of dust. Now the dust from the magnet will start rubbing against the stator, and it's going to ground the stator. And very short period of time after that, smoke will come out your wheels. It will just melt that stator right out. Happen all the time. And those are electric scooter. Oh yeah, that's right. They don't want to think about electric scooter because they know better. You know, the jack of the all trade. But they don't even know what a pick and a shovel is. But the jack of all trade, they know better they know exactly how the wheel turns, stuff like this, because they got skateboard and little push scooter and mountain bike to go to work. They're the cat's ass engineer. So just to let you know, this truck has so many flaws. You should not be past, the highway department should not pass the safety of that truck in the highway department. Simple as that. That's what I'm saying. Just as using proper common sense is what a real truck is, a rig. I mean, you can ask them all the other company. They're all really laughing at that because they know. They can't wait for him to put a fucking 80,000 pound of load on it and going through the mountains, see how he's going to do. Because I don't want to be the, I hate to be the fucking driver, because first thing, you can't jump out of that fucking truck. You're sitting in the middle of the cab. Jumping is a split-second reaction. Right? And you have no split-second. Those fucking doors, they're probably locked by the computer. So you're stuck in that cab sitting in the middle and watching through that big screen what is going to come through it. So it's going to be, something for all the mechanic out there who works on big rigs, you're going to have some entertainment, because when those trucks hit the road, it's going to be some laugh from the truckers. I hate to be the first guy driving the fucker, but anyway. So just for the guys out there, all the people who are afraid of losing their job because of Tesla, look, all the other company who making car, they're not afraid of Tesla's car taking over the world, because they can't fucking make any money with their car. They proved that by going to the government and begging for money, so it can create an industry, a fake industry who's not going to go nowhere. So that guy is paying someone, at that $10 million is getting, I bet you, every month is $1 million a month who's going in someone's pocket in the government. And your government, which is the United States I'm talking about. We don't have the Tesla company in Canada yet. And I hope it'll never be here, but anyway. So I can't go over there and deal with it, but you guys, you will find out. I mean, like, it was just, it's a lobbyist. That was a job of a lobbyist. Someone is making $1 million a month because he lobbyists the government to give him $10 million a month so he can make an industry which is actually a fake industry. But hey, I'm just the idiot here in front of a camera. Throw a few little facts in life when it comes to trucking. Because, you know what? Without trucker, the wheel stop dead. Nothing move. Oh, we got the boat, we got this, we got the plane. Without truck, everything fucking stop. Your fucking shell and your store are empty in 72 hours. I don't care how many boat and plane you have it. If you don't have a truck to bring that stuff from the plane to the store, or from the factory to the plane, nothing fucking move. So think about that for a second. Trucking business always will be, and I'll be long fucking dead, and it will still be truck out there, big wheels, who will be turning 18-wheelers. So for all the truckers out there and all the drivers, thumbs up, because you're the backbone of every country in the world. Without you, we don't have nothing. We'll be sitting in a goddamn cave underneath a tarp. No, I'm not in a tarp because you need a trucker to bring the tarp to you. So we'll be sitting in the middle of nowhere, with a fire. That's about it. That would be our whole bloody thing. So, but anyway, For all the trucker out there, I wish you a good holiday and hopefully a safe holiday. If it's too snowy, too slippery, pull over and take a good nap, my friend, because you deserve it, because I know what trucking is all about. So everybody out there and mechanic and stuff like that, you guys can have a good Merry Christmas and a good Happy New Year's, and don't worry about the trucker, because on January I have a little surprise for you guys. Not for changing your way to work, to make you work way easier, because I'm going to remove the fuel tank of your truck. You don't need those fuel tank. You know, your truck can run on nitrogen, and nitrogen is the air that big motor sucks all day long. Thousands of cubic meters of air goes through that motor in a 10-hour shift. And it's all 75 to 78% is nitrogen, and that's your fuel, my friend. So I figured out how to prime it. So it's just a question of refining everything up, and your vehicle will run where it's been running all the time, nitrogen. Because you have to understand, the first car invented, Ford didn't invent a fucking car in the first place. Didn't invent the chain link, the chain assembly. He took the idea from a cannery, and it's a bunch of lie. But the first combustion engine car with a combustion engine, it used to be called a nitrogen car, and then that took it away, and then it got moved to a petrol car, and that got switched around again to a gas car. You have to learn your history, because the history has been hidden and distorted for a long time. So for the last word I said, you guys don't worry about it. Your family don't have to worry about it. You're not going to lose your job overnight. It ain't going to happen, because we need a trucker out there to move that shit around. So, by the way, I need a trucker to move all the parcel I'm ordering, for God's sake. Can't lose those guys. I won't be able to do what I'm doing. So, thumbs up. Smile up, man. Don't worry about it. Enjoy your family for the holidays. Have a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.